The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Little Rock Police Department. At approximately 5:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and known creatures at a high height has been stepping on local civilians. These creatures are very dangerous. They weigh around 100 megatons. Anyone around this giant creature may result in death. It is urgent to go to a nearby shelter now. Get a battery-powered radio out for more information about this dangerous situation. Civil danger warning for all of Georgia. The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Georgia Sheriff's Office. Reports of giant creatures crushing buildings have been received. These unknown creatures destroyed parts of Georgia. These creatures have also destroyed communication poles and transmission towers. Half of Georgia is out of power. If you have lost power, do not panic, as these creatures have a powerful ear frequency that can hear anything. Stay in your shelter and wait for an all clear. Tune to media outlets for further information about this mysterious situation. The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Boston Police Department. At 8:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, reports of giant creatures have been squishing on local civilians. As a result, 15 deaths have occurred. To avoid this, seek a nearby shelter immediately. If you cannot find any shelter, the military can lead you to one. Do not approach these creatures. If you do, you are putting your life at risk. If you see a giant creature, call 911 immediately. Get necessary supplies such as food, water, a first aid kit, and a hand-powered radio that can last for 3 weeks. Tune to 720 AM on your radio for further information about this dangerous situation. Civil danger warning for Boston. The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Boston Police Department. At around 9:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the giant creatures are now eating civilians. More deaths have occurred as a result. Scientists are calling these creatures giants. It is unknown on where these giants came from. There are also some reports of giants turning civilians into giants. If you don't go to a shelter now, the giants will turn you into a giant. Lock all doors and windows. Seal all cracks. Turn off all ventilation and air conditioning units. While you are in your shelter, make sure you do not make a noise. Otherwise, you will face certain death. Tune to 720 AM on your radio for further information about this situation. Message has been transmitted at the request of the Boston Police Department. Seismologists have recorded that a magnitude 11.4 earthquake has struck 7 miles north of Boston. It may have been that the giants are the cause of the earthquake. If you feel any shaking, get under anything sturdy such as a table or a workbench. If you are outside, do not go near power lines, street lights, or buildings, as they will collapse any time. If you are driving, pull over or exit the highway and go as far away from the city as possible. Do not go and stop for any items. If you do, you may or will face certain death. If you are on a floor that is high above the ground, do not use the elevators, as they may break down and you will get stuck in the elevator. If you smell gas, turn off your gas pipe immediately. Stay tuned to media outlets for further information about this situation. Tsunami warning for the city of Portland. The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Portland Coast Guard. A tsunami has been generated 30 miles away from Portland. This tsunami is 30 meters high. All residents of Portland are advised to evacuate immediately. Get to upper ground. If you wish not to evacuate, you are putting your life at risk. Do not go near shorelines. The tsunami will arrive at Portland in the next 30 minutes. Get necessary supplies such as food, water, a first aid kit, and a ham-powered radio. Tune to 720 AM on radio for further information about this dangerous situation.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Memphis Police Department. Giants have been unknowingly appearing in the city. These giants have destroyed most of the city. They also damaged reactor number 2 in the TVA Allen fossil nuclear power plant. All residents are advised to get to a fallout shelter immediately. The power plant will explode in the next 25 to 30 minutes. Do not go near the power plant. If you do, you are putting your life in a high risk. Once it explodes, it will spill out nuclear fallout. Fallout is a product of nuclear explosions. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in certain death. If you cannot find a fallout shelter, military will lead you to one. Bring enough survival items such as food, water, a first aid kit, and a hand-powered radio that can last around 10 weeks. While you are in your shelter, do not go near windows, doors, or anything that leads outside. If you are driving, pull to the right and find a shelter or lay on the ground. A representative of the United States will be speaking on all stations shortly. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has been interrupted at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and important information to the public in assigned areas. This is WREG. We will continue to serve the Memphis, Tennessee area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news in your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Memphis area. Do not use the telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use.
Good evening. I am Bob Robbins, a representative of the United States. As you know, hours ago, creatures known as giants have destroyed our civilization. Our military protected you from these incidents, and we will have to brace for the worst. Giants have damaged reactor number 2 in the TVA Allen power plant. We will all strive to survive this nuclear attack. Military forces have tried to kill these beasts, but failed. We have two choices, live or die. I and the President will go to a bomb-proof shelter in an undisclosed location. God bless you all. Thank you.
That message you have heard is a representative of the United States. We will have to cease programming at this time. That message you have heard is a representative of the United States. We will have to cease programming at this time. The explosion has spread fallout across the United States. All civilization has been destroyed. Please stay in your fallout shelter until all of the fallout has cleared out. The explosion has spread fallout across the United States. All civilization has been destroyed. Please stay in your fallout shelter until all of the fallout has cleared out.
Mr. Pop.
The explosion has spread fallout across the United States. All civilization has been destroyed. Please stay in your fallout shelter until all of the fallout has cleared out. All of the fallout has cleared out. The government still has to rebuild civilization. It is okay to go out, but you will only see cranes, trash, and other trash-related items. Stay in your shelter until all civilization is finished being built. All of the fallout has cleared out. The government still has to rebuild civilization. It is okay to go out, but you will only see cranes, trash, and other trash-related items. Stay in your shelter until all civilization is finished being built. All of the fallout has cleared out. The government still has to rebuild civilization. It is okay to go out, but you will only see cranes, trash, and other trash-related items. Stay in your shelter until all civilization is finished being built. All civilization is now finished being built. Everything is now back to normal. This concludes this message under the emergency alert system. We will now resume programming. All civilization is now finished being built. Everything is now back to normal. This concludes this message under the emergency alert system. We will now resume programming. All civilization is now finished being built. Everything is now back to normal. This concludes this message under the emergency alert system. We will now resume programming.